Forget the odds. Forget the hype. In the UFC octagon, giants can crumble and underdogs rise. Buckle up for 10 heart-stopping upsets that defied expectations and sent shockwaves through the MMA world. From the brash trash talker who almost dethroned the untouchable champion to the journeyman fighter who silenced the doubters with a single punch, prepare to be amazed by the incredible stories of grit, strategy, and the unyielding will to win. 10. Serra vs. GSP, UFC 69, 2007.
All right, gentlemen, for the UFC Welterweight Championship. Do I have any questions from the challenger? Do I have any questions?
The odds were stacked against Serra, a journeyman fighter with a 9-6 record and coming off 2 straight losses. Facing the seemingly unbeatable welterweight champion Georges St-Pierre, who boasted a 15-2 record and had just dismantled Matt Hughes in devastating fashion, few gave Serra a prayer.
Striker with his feet and his hands, use that long jab and keep Matt out at bay all day long.
Yet, the underdog came out with fists blazing, bloodying GSP from the get-go with relentless pressure and unorthodox striking. In a stunning upset, Serra capitalized on GSP's fatigue in the second round, forcing a TKO stoppage and capturing the welterweight championship in one of the most improbable victories in UFC history. This David versus Goliath battle cemented Serra's legacy as a true underdog hero and forever changed the welterweight landscape.
Champion of the world!
9. Rich Franklin versus Wanderlei Silva, UFC 53, 2005, the Axe Murderer. That was Wanderlei Silva, a fearsome striker with knockout power in every limb. Franklin, a middleweight champion but a significant underdog, weathered the storm. A perfectly timed counter right hand in the first round sent Silva crashing, crowning Franklin as light heavyweight champion. 8. Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold, UFC 199, 2016.
Octagon, 26 times, and this his first chance to win UFC.
Rockhold, the reigning middleweight champion, was seen as invincible.
The world. Tonight, the 5th title fight.
Bisping, a veteran with a losing record against top contenders, stepped in on short notice. In a display of heart and grit, Bisping capitalized on Rockhold's overconfidence, securing a stunning first-round knockout and becoming the first British UFC champion.
That's the UFC middleweight champion of the world!
7. Holm versus Ronda Rousey, UFC 193, 2015.
Holly, the preacher's daughter, Ronda!
Ronda Rousey was more than just a champion. She was a phenomenon.
Follow my instructions. We're gonna have a clean fight. Touch gloves at this time. Come out.
Undefeated in 12 fights with 11 first-round finishes, Holm, a former boxer transitioning to MMA with a 9-0 record. While respected for her striking skills, many dismissed her chances against Rousey's grappling prowess.
Last few fights.
However, Holm surprised everyone with her footwork, composure, and precise boxing. She outclassed Rousey on the feet, utilizing her jab and kicks to keep the champion at bay. In the second round, a perfectly timed head kick connected flush on Rousey's chin, sending her unconscious and marking one of the biggest upsets in MMA history.
Of the world! Oh my God!
Holm's victory shattered Rousey's mystique and opened the door for a new era in women's MMA. New era in women's MMA. 6. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman, UFC 278, 2022. Kamaru Usman reigned supreme as the welterweight king for years, boasting an undefeated 20-fight streak and seemingly untouchable with his wrestling and striking prowess. Leon Edwards, on the other hand, was a talented yet inconsistent contender with a 19-3 record and a previous loss to Usman in 2015, nullifying Usman's wrestling attempts and utilizing his striking acumen. In the final minute of the fight, with tension at its peak, Edwards unleashed a perfectly timed head kick that landed flush on Usman's chin, sending the seemingly invincible champion crashing to the canvas for a knockout and a monumental upset. 5. Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero, UFC 213, 2017.
Middleweight title fight tonight. Robert Whittaker with the...
Yoel Romero, a wrestling powerhouse with knockout power, had challenged for the middleweight title twice unsuccessfully. Whittaker, the interim champion, was seen as a talented but unproven commodity. Despite a grueling 5-round war, Whittaker's superior cardio and striking acumen earned him a decision victory, solidifying his status as a champion. 4. Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, UFC 196, 2016.
Nate Diaz! Conor McGregor!
Diaz was a massive underdog against McGregor's precise striking and star power. Despite the odds, Diaz entered the octagon with unwavering confidence. His unorthodox boxing style and relentless pressure frustrated McGregor, who struggled to find his rhythm. In the second round, a perfectly timed left hook connected with devastating accuracy, sending McGregor crashing to the canvas and silencing the T-Mobile Arena crowd. Diaz's underdog victory not only derailed McGregor's meteoric rise, but also sent shockwaves through the entire sport, proving that even the most dominant fighters can be vulnerable.
Nate Diaz!
3. Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin, UFC 73, 2007. Anderson Silva, the undisputed middleweight champion, was a force of nature. Undefeated in the UFC with unmatched striking skills and unmatched swagger, Griffin, a light heavyweight finalist known for his grit and determination, but considered a massive underdog against Silva's seemingly untouchable aura. He utilized his wrestling to neutralize Silva's striking and grind out the fight, controlling the champion for extended periods. The fight went the distance, resulting in a controversial split decision victory for Griffin. While the decision itself sparked debate, Silva's aura of invincibility was shattered, marking a turning point in his career. 2. Michael Johnson versus Dustin Poirier, UFC Fight Night 94, 2016. Dustin Poirier, a talented lightweight prospect, but still unproven against the elite, was looking to solidify his position in the division. Standing in his way was Michael Johnson, a dynamic striker with knockout power and a 17-2 record. Johnson overextended himself, throwing a wild spinning kick that Poirier perfectly countered with a vicious spinning back elbow. The impact was immediate and devastating, sending Johnson crashing to the canvas unconscious. Poirier's stunning knockout victory not only propelled him into the lightweight title picture, but also showcased his ability to capitalize on opportunities and fight with heart. 1. Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva, UFC 117, 2010. Anderson Silva, the middleweight king, reigned supreme for years. With a 16-0 record in the UFC and seemingly untouchable striking and movement, he appeared unbeatable. Chael Sonnen, a brash challenger with exceptional wrestling and an even bigger mouth, entered the fight as a massive underdog. Sonnen executed his game plan flawlessly. He took down Silva repeatedly, controlled him on the ground, and landed significant strikes. But the tides turned in the 5th round. With renewed focus, Silva caught Sonnen in a triangle armbar from bottom position. He was forced to tap, securing victory for Silva and preserving his undefeated streak. That's it, folks. 10 unbelievable upsets that cemented their place in UFC history. Remember, in the fight game, anything is possible. So keep chasing those underdogs, those dreamers, because sometimes the most unlikely heroes write the most incredible stories. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more epic fight breakdowns and thrilling MMA moments. See you soon.